Hello, good people of the internet. In today's video, we are about to do another month's worth of cooking in 4 hours. Okay, maybe 5 or 6, I don't know, but we are going to do it really, really fast. We are doing batch cooking. If you're new on this channel, you will find out that we love to cook once a week for the whole month. We are a large family of 7 and cooking every day just really takes forever. So now, in today's video, I'm going to show you how we go about cooking, and I'm going to highlight one recipe that is a new recipe that I found for making beef stew, which is really nice and just, it's really amazing, and I hope you will like it. And let's cook. So now we've already pre-boiled some stuff that as I'm going to show you. These are peas that we already bought, shelled and boiled. And then here we have dengu, 2 dengus, and then we have red lentils right here, and then I have a hill of beans. As you can see, couldn't fit in my wok, so I put in 2 of them. And then here I have some green maize, which you've already boiled. It's ready to cook. Here I have 7 kilos of chicken legs, which I've already pre-soaked in boiled water. If you watched my previous batch cooking video, you'll see that recipe there. And then in this large pot here, I've already boiled quite a lot of beef stock. Those things that are floating, those are rosemary that I boiled with. It's really good for cooking. Instead of cooking with water, I prefer to make my own beef stock. So that one is ready and ready for cooking. Now over to the fire, let me show you. So here on the stove, I have my beef, which has been slowly cooking away. I added just about a cup of water, and I've reduced the flame because I think all the water is almost evaporated. So we are going to highlight the new recipe that I found for making beef stew, which is great even for, especially for beef that you're going to put in the freezer. It gets better with time, if you can imagine. I believe these were 4.5 kilos of beef, because we had bought 9 kilos when we went to the slaughterhouse. Yes, we buy our meat from the slaughterhouse. If you haven't watched that video, please check it out. I'm going to link it here. So now, let me now start the fire, and then I'll show you how I'm going to go about it. I made a meal plan, so I'm cooking 6 different meals. If you're interested in how to go about making a meal plan, I made a video which I'll show you. So I want to show you the meals that I'm going to make today. I'm going to make dengu stew, and then we have some red lentil stew, and then these beans, I'm going to divide them into 2. So just the way they're divided like this. So this will go together with the green maize for making githeri, and then this one will be bean stew, and then I have chicken, and then I have my beef stew, which is on the fire. So that makes it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's my 7th meal? So I'm going to make 6 meals, not 7, sorry, because I forgot the 7th meal is fish, which I've already is already deep fried and in the freezer. So I'm making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the beef stew is the 6th one. All right, so let's get to it. So thankfully, as I said, I had 2 guys who are helping me with preparations. So this was going much faster than usual. And you guys have been saying, oh, you need a food processor. Yes, when I grow up, I will get one. But in the meantime, having 2 guys helping me really worked. And I discovered a nice way of cleaning leeks, which I had already cleaned these ones on top. But then one thing I learned is once you chop them up, you put them in a container and then you clean them again. I'll show you in a bit. And that makes sure that if there's any dirt in between the leaves, it comes out once you chop. Once you've already chopped, and then you rinse it. It's actually very easy. So these were the leeks, which have already been chopped up. And now the celery as well. If you watched the grocery haul video that I did just recently, I was explaining how I'm so excited to use celery for the first time in cooking, because you guys, it really made a big difference to the meals. It just adds a really nice flavor. I don't know. And for celery, for cleaning, it's the same thing. You first clean, and then you chop up, and then you rinse again. So it removes any dirt that had been caught in between the branches, which is what I was doing right here. And then one thing I decided to do with my chicken this time, if you watch my previous batch cooking video, I showed the new recipe I have, and at some point it calls for deep frying the chicken. But this time I decided, instead of deep frying it, to roast it in the oven. I roasted it at 200 degrees for about 45 minutes, which made sure that it is cooked through and through without falling apart once I put it in the stew. So that's what I was doing here. I'd already soaked it, as I said, in hot boiling water for 10 minutes. And then now I was getting ready to put it in the oven. And then now the ladies are doing a really good job chopping up the rest of the ingredients for me. So I was ready to continue with the beef stew. The water had all evaporated, so then what I did is I put the leeks and the celery. You guys, this adds a crazy amount of flavor to the beef stew. I mean, I was so surprised. And before I put them, I had already put in some cooking oil. My pot is not really big, so I had to keep adding the ingredients in batches. But anyway, it works. It works for, it's about 4.5 kilos of beef so yeah, it works. And in goes the onions and the garlic and ginger. And some guys have been leaving me comments in their comment section saying how deep frying is not healthy. Not deep frying, gosh. Okay, we all know deep frying is not healthy. But guys have been saying that batch cooking is not healthy. Guys are supposed to eat fresh food and everything. I would say fresh food is okay and it is good when you can manage to do that every day. But putting food in the freezer does not really destroy the nutrients the way guys think. And I think it's just important for people to just do a bit of research, because it's the same thing as when you boil your beans in bulk and then you put them in your freezer and then you remove them with the day you want to eat them and you fry them. And that's also a type of batch cooking actually. So when guys say, oh, you shouldn't do that, I'm like, okay, if you ever boil your beans or your lentils and then you put them in the freezer, but just don't cook them all the way, that then would also mean that you're also destroying the nutrients in those beans, unless we don't believe that there are any nutrients in beans to be destroyed, you know. So basically, you guys, batch cooking is healthy as long as you do it right and you store your food right, and it's been working for us. But please do what works for you and your family at the end of the day. Please, 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 this really works for us. It saves us so much time and it reduces the daily workload. And yeah, it's great. I love it. My knives are the dullest knives ever, you guys. They're so dull. But I'm looking for a way to sharpen them. When I go to the slaughterhouse, I want to be going with them so that those guys can sharpen for me. Because you know, the knives, the butcher's knives and the knives at the slaughterhouse are always so sharp. So anyway, my beef stew was coming along very well. I'd already put enough vegetables. You guys, I like loading my food with vegetables because this keeps, it makes the food healthy, and then it also bulks up the beef so that it's enough for our large family. And I make sure that my kids and even we are getting quite a lot of vegetables per meal, which is super healthy. Then I put my tomato paste because it really helps the soup to be nice and thick and adds a nice flavor. And you guys, the longer this beef stew stays in the freezer, imagine the better it becomes. It's just the way that the flavors just marinate together, and oh my gosh, it's so tasty. Oh my gosh, I can almost taste it. In went my spices, some paprika, curry powder. If I had had oregano, I'd have added it, but at this point I didn't have. I forgot to buy it. Oregano goes really well with beef stew. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm hungry just looking at it. And in the meal plan that we currently have, we are having this beef stew with chapatis. Oh my gosh. It is so tasty, you guys. I can't even. If you don't know how to make chapos, please, I've done a video. Please check it out. It's really good. So it goes so well. It goes so well, that beef stew. It goes really well with the chapatis. One thing I'd like to remind you guys, when you're cutting your courgettes, the first thing to do is to first cut them lengthwise all the way down, just to make sure there are no bugs there in the middle, as the courgettes will tend to have. So it really helps to find out if there's any bugs in the middle. Then if it's okay, you continue chopping it. Ladies are doing such a good job. And then it was dinner time, so we had to stop batch cooking fast. The beef stew was already ready, so we had it with pasta. Those are my kids' plates. If you don't know, we have 4 kids. The eldest is 6. Yes, the eldest is still 6. Someone said, how come your eldest is always 6? Well, that is going to change very soon, but yes. So this is what they had for dinner, because I had not had time to make chapos. It was delicious. Delicious. Then the ingredients were basically all chopped up, and it was time to start the main batch cooking session. Yeah. And the chicken I think had already cooked in the oven, but I just left it there because it was not yet time to cook it. So I like to put margarine in my in my bean stew and my githeri. I just feel it adds a little bit of flavor there. So I put a little bit of oil and then I also add a bit of margarine because it tastes nice. If I had butter, of course, that's what I would use. But when I get there, when I grow up and I'm no longer in debt and my financial situation is better, I will definitely do that. But for now, margarine works. Just a little bit of margarine. And then someone said that from my other batch cooking video, that how come all your food is cooked in the same way? You guys, we really like it, and there's no need to complicate life if it's already working. So I do try other methods of cooking especially my vegetarian dishes, which is the beans, the lentils, and the dengu. But even this way really works. The only way I make them different from each other is I will put different spices, like different spices in dengu and different spices in the bean stew. Sometimes I will put coconut milk so that it's beans and coconut milk. I'll show you guys one of these days. I love to make my own coconut milk, but you guys, my blender just coughed. It died. It died a horrible, unnatural death. So now I'm saving up to buy a new one. In the meantime, I have to buy coconut milk, you guys, and it pains me. But I still buy when I want to make beans and coconut milk. I think I'll do that video one of these days. So yeah, that's how I cook my lentils. So yeah, so yes, nothing much to say there. Nothing more to add. But yes, we love it. We love it. We love it. And because also, okay, there was something more to say. Because also the meals are being cooked, are being eaten with different accompaniments. Like I'll be eating beans with, what are we eating beans with this time? I think it's rice. I could be wrong. And then maybe we're eating dengu with mashed sweet potatoes. And we keep interchanging the accompaniments. You guys, it really works. And there's no monotony if you're worried about monotony. So yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I think that is all there is to stay there. I don't know. But yes. Okay, no, there is one more thing to say. So in some dishes, I will put garam masala if I wanted to have a bit of a masala taste. In some other dishes, I will put curry powder. This time I didn't have Royco, but I also use Royco sometimes. And garlic powder, onion powder, that really just takes it to the next level. Yes, so those are some different types of spices, because someone had asked what spices do you use. You guys just play around with the spices and then see what works for you. Then also, someone said that this is the first time they had ever seen African food without hot pepper. And so that just made me think that probably they have been watching West African food, because West African food, you guys, has a lot of pepper, like hot pepper, sister. It go have the pepper, the really hot pepper. But in East Africa, we're not really big on pepper. So yes, and because I'm cooking for kids, you guys, I don't put pepper. Sister, not all the time you go put the pepper, eh? So I didn't, it didn't have hot pepper. Yes. And you guys, that West African pepper, it is really hot. You guys, it is very hot. I can't handle that, let alone my kids. When I'm feeling like extremely daring, I will put black pepper. But that's about as far as I'll go. We love chili. My husband loves chili. But now, since we got kids, we've had to learn to put chili on the side. Once we serve the food, that's when he adds his own chili. But for the rest of us, we keep it simple. Yeah. guys, I'm really looking forward to getting another blender so that I can make my own coconut milk. It's really easy when you have your own blender. I will show you as soon as I get a blender. And I'm looking for a nice commercial blender, you know, a serious one. If anyone has any recommendations, please let me know in the comment section below. Because you guys, the blenders I've been buying, I think I buy a new blender with every child and it never lasts more than 2 years because they just fall apart. I don't know why. So I want a commercial one, like a serious one that will be able to grind like everything. So if you have a commercial blender and it works well for you, and if it has served you more than even 3 years, please let me know in the comment section below, because yeah, I really need one. I'm saving up for one, but then it should not cost an arm and a leg, you guys. It should just be a reasonable amount. Yes. So here in this dish, I was making githeri. Some guys who don't live in Kenya have been asking me what githeri is. So it's just so you mix green maize and peas and beans. Okay, the most basic is green maize and beans, but we also like to add peas, green peas. We like to add also sometimes peanuts. In my other batch cooking video, I think we added peanuts as well. You can add potatoes. By the way, you guys, this time I've just noticed I didn't cook with potatoes. Oh my gosh, in my previous batch cooking video, you guys, some guys were really affected by the fact that I apparently threw away 3 potatoes. And I feel, you guys, I feel the pain, and I'm really sorry. I'm normally not a food waster. I think what happened that day is that I was super overwhelmed. I had finished cooking, but I didn't know what to do with those potatoes, and I knew if I just kept them, they would just rot in the fridge or something. And okay, I don't know how I ended up throwing them in the dustbin, you guys, but I am not a food waster. Yes, so I'm sorry about that. I don't know. I didn't even notice until guys started commenting in the comment section, why did you throw away the warus? And yes, we all know where most of those people are. We know that where they come from, those ones who are extremely affected by those 3 warus that ended up in the dustbin. Yes, those are my peoples from the mountains. So yeah, I feel you guys. Yes, my love for waru runs deep too. But I've just noticed in this time I didn't use warus. Or I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. Let's wait and see. Waru. And then, yeah, you guys can say I don't cook with water. I don't like cooking with water. I think putting beef stock just takes it to the next level, which is what I was doing here. I will show you how to make a very simple beef stock. You guys, it makes the food taste really good. So that even if you're putting a mtungi of beef stock, a mtungi is a jerry can, because we all know some people who get a hose pipe to put water. You guys, we have to change that narrative. We have to, you guys. So yes. No more getting a hose pipe and adding a whole El Nino amount of water in your food. Just make a nice beef stock, and your people will thank you, trust me. Yes, if you're from Murang'a, please let me know in the comment section below. Oh my gosh, the memes about Murang'a people. Imagine I will look for at least one and put here. They crack me up. So now the githeri was ready, and I needed to use this pot for making chicken. Yes. So now I had to empty the githeri. You guys, this githeri is just calling my name. It is literally one of my most favorite meals ever, and I think I take this from my dad. Oh my gosh, even just watching it here, Hey, all it needs is an avocado. Ha! My gosh, that will take it to the next level. And can you guys see the way it's not overflowing with water? My sisters from the mountains. Yes, so yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry. Wow. This looks so good. Oh yeah, okay, so now I was cleaning the cooking pot. Yeah, so I can use it for making the chicken. I also cleaned my cooker because, yeah, you guys, before I became a serious woman, I never used to cook or to clean the cooker between meals, you guys. It will just be that messy, and then I will just continue cooking with it, you guys. And then, yeah, Jesus touched me and opened my eyes to how horrible it is to just keep cooking with a cooker that is just really messy, okay? So yeah, it's important to clean between cookings, between meals, not between cookings. Oh, today I'm on a roll, you guys. Voila, clean cooker and clean pot. I'm feeling so proud of myself. Yes. So after adding the oil, I was making, what was I making here? The chicken. Yes. So it was time to put the onions. And you guys, if you have any more ideas, or any more ideas of vegetables I can add to my stews, please let me know. I mean, yeah, when I've discovered what a difference the leeks and the celery made to my food, I keep asking myself, is there another vegetable out there that I could add that would take it to the next level, you guys? So, because I don't know everything, and I learned so much from you guys. You guys teach me so many things, so please let me know in the comment section. And as I was cooking the chicken, my beef stew was still simmering away. I find it is very important to simmer my beans for a really long time because I like simmering my beans for a really long time because the flavor, you guys, just gets better the longer you simmer them. I don't know. And because the chicken was the last meal, as I was cooking the chicken, I was cleaning up my dishes. Remember what we said when we were talking about, what video was this? I forget. But we say you clean up as you go because it really just, it makes your life work easier. Instead of leaving a pile of dirty dishes, and then when you're so tired of cooking is when you're trying to start cleaning up. Yeah. But you guys, I must admit, after this, I was too tired. I didn't put away my dishes. Yes, when I was talking about this video of kitchen habits that we do not do, I said the way I don't like washing dishes and leaving them on the sink. But you guys, on that day, man, by the time I was done cooking these 6 dishes, I was tired. So I did wash the dishes, but I left them there overnight. And our lovely help kept them away from me the next morning. So, yeah, well, you try. But you guys, you remember what we said? Progress, not perfection. But I did clean them up, you guys. Yeah, at least she didn't wake up to find dirty dishes like all over the place. So, yeah, well, I tried. And if you are liking this content, please remember to give us a thumbs up. Please, thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so also. And if you have subscribed, please remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. Yes, and leave me a comment below, you guys. Tell me what else you'd like to see me cook. And I will make a video on how we store, how we do what? How we divide the meals, because guys have really been asking, and how we put them in the freezer, and how we thaw them and reheat them for eating and everything. I have found that I shouldn't just take for granted that guys know how to go about that. So you guys, I hear you, and I'll make that video very soon, okay? So I put some of the stock that I had boiled. No, the remaining beef stock. And because I don't like my chicken breaking up, that's why I prefer to roast it or deep fry it before it comes to before I put it in the stew. I don't let it boil too much once I put it in this sauce, okay? I just put it for a few minutes, then stir it, and that's it. Because on the day we are reheating it, it's going to boil. It's going to still boil with that stock or sauce. It's going to boil with the sauce. So I don't need to overboil it here because I know the chicken is already cooked through and through, so I don't need to boil it again. So I just stir it in just for a few minutes to make sure it's incorporated well enough, and then I switch off the fire. Then the day we are reheating it, we are going to make sure that it boils well. And then that way it doesn't break apart. Because you guys, before I started doing this, we would go to eat chicken, you would go to pick up a drumstick and you're just picking up a bone because it would just be falling off. So yeah, my dishes are clean. That day I didn't shine my sink, you guys. I was too tired. But they were clean nonetheless. And here are my dishes. Oh, I was feeling so good about this. Done for another month. Beautiful. Oh, the githeri that's calling my name. You guys, it's calling my name and my huduma number and my ID number and all those. Inanita. And we're done, guys. That was so productive, so fruitful. We are done. I have my 6 dishes ready and cooling and ready to be put in the freezer. And I will see you in the next one. Remember to subscribe if you haven't. Bye.